Hey, the latest thing, and I wasn't joking, is the AirPods. The AirPods.
AirPods.
Apple's AirPods. Well, remember there was I don't know if it was real or fake. Was it on Gizmodo?
I have a pair.
Yeah, everybody has a pair. The journalists have the pre-production pair.
Yes, we do.
But they're not in the stores. And I think this is a big deal since Apple took the headphone jack out.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think they want to get these AirPods out into the market. But does anybody know where they are and why?
Yeah, the closest report, so there's a Wall Street Journal story that basically says that they were having it kind of conflates a few things. It kind of makes some suppositions about the fact there might have been some manufacturing problems, which John Gruber's sources kind of confirms that they've had a hard time kind of mass producing them. And then the journal goes on to kind of suppose they might have had some issues getting the two pieces to independently talk to one another, because how AirPods work versus a lot of other fully wireless earbuds is that each bud has an individual wireless signal to your phone, rather than how a lot of them work. Not all of them. Some of them do what Apple's doing as well. But how a lot of them work is that you one is paired to your phone and the other is paired to the other bud. And so that can lead to some lagging.
Have you noticed that on yours?
No, my AirPods, they're fine. But what I found with other purely wireless headphones is that if they don't, they can't have a lag issue because one of them is paired to like the left ear is paired to the right ear and the right ear is paired to the phone. And in the case of AirPods, they're both paired to the phone. So they both have an independent signal coming. And so the journal story kind of intimates and says that it's possible that they could have had a problem with some of the radio stuff and the Bluetooth stack. I guess that's possible. The pre-production ones, which they gave to journalists, which are obviously not the ones that have been mass produced, have been fine. I mean, I haven't.
Nobody I know Renee Ritchie. Nobody I know has had a problem with them.
So what John Gruber's sources have told him is that it's been more of a mass production issue, which could make some sense. I think that this is a different type of product for them, and they might have run into some production problems. Regardless of whatever the reason is, it certainly is not great that
3 months.
3 months, and that was touted that it was supposed to be out in late October and was then delayed. You're not going to have it out in time for Christmas.
That's a bigger deal, right? Because this is a perfect stocking stuffer, even at $150.
Oh, it's a perfect stocking stuffer, and for a lot of people, they want them. And so, I mean, Gruber sources say manufacturing problems at scale. It doesn't matter what the reason is. The reality is we're not going to get them in time for Christmas, or barring some sort of miracle, they're not going to be done in the next 2 weeks. And I think that Apple had introduced them, obviously, right, as kind of a way, I think, to lessen the sting of getting rid of the headphone jack. Mm-hmm. In all honesty, I think that most people who have an iPhone 7 haven't really had that much. I know I haven't had a problem. It's one of those things that the included adapter worked well, and I actually got a pair of new Bluetooth headphones recently that have the W10 chip.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
so somebody's making W1 headphones.
Yeah, W1 headphones. Beats is. So you can get the Beats Solo 3s, and so you can get the Beats X. But they have two pairs. They have two of them available, and that chip is fantastic.
So let me ask you this, and I don't know if you noticed this, but in my opinion, Bluetooth headphones do not sound as good as wired headphones. There's a compression that just doesn't. The music isn't as open. It doesn't feel as good. It's fine for voice.
I think that it depends on the pair of headphones. I think that there are certainly.
I have a $400 pair of Sennheiser Bluetooth headphones because I said, well, maybe you're right. Maybe it's just because I'm buying cheap Bluetooth headphones, and I bought a lot of them, including Beats. Yeah. And so I said, well, let's get the top of the line. The most expensive ones I could find were the Sennheisers. Everybody raves about them. Same exact thing. There's some sort of. It's not, and that makes sense because they don't have a lot of bandwidth. They got to compress it a little bit. So
it depends on the source too, right? Because if you connect this to a MacBook, for some reason OS X it has aptX support for Bluetooth, but iOS doesn't.
Oh, so listen, okay, because aptX is supposed to be better. Is it better?
It's a little better. Yeah, it makes it's less compression and higher quality all around.
Okay, I'll try that. I'll do it on my MacBook.
Okay. What I find sometimes, I would say this. I would say that a $400 pair of wired headphones are certainly going to sound better than a $400 pair of Bluetooth headphones. But a decent pair of Bluetooth headphones will probably sound every bit as good as, like a decent pair, or like,
let's face it. you're selling into a market of kids that have been wearing the included earbuds on their iPhones for years. They don't know that.
Without a doubt. I mean, and like the Beats, I love them because they're great subway phones, and I like them for the fashion. I would never say that they're the best audio quality. I buy them. I buy them because they're rose gold, and now the new ones have 40-hour battery life.
Wait a minute, you bought them because they're rose gold?
Absolutely. I bought my last pair last year, and I spent another $300 this year to get the upgraded pair.
Do you wear them with the Snapchat spectacles?
I mean, that's a little much. I mean, okay.
Come on.
Probably.
Live.
Probably.
When am I going to see you on the F line wearing the Snapchat and the blue and the thing?
Yeah, probably. Probably. I hate myself, but yeah.
They're your subway. These are my subway headphones. I don't wear these.
They are though.